They moved off for the game trail and headed to the closest tree. James gently lowered Maya to the ground and let her lean against a tree. Being able to sit down and no longer have pressure on her ankle, Maya sighed in relief. There was a release of tension on her face. It only proved that walking on the ankle had caused significant pain, which she didn't voice to James while they quickly walked throughout the night. Seeing the reality of the situation, James pressed his lips together in frustration. Though he wanted to yell at Maya for not letting him know how much pain she was in, he knew that such a thing wasn't realistically possible. It was a fact that they needed to escape as fast as they feasibly could. This meant that Maya needed to bear with the pain and not complain to him. "I'll help you take off your shoe. You just rest. Try to regain your strength during this period," James said. Maya merely nodded, not objecting to the request. She looked like she could nod off to sleep at that very moment. A part of him wanted to let Maya sleep for even an hour, but unfortunately, that couldn't happen. They needed to press forward. The momentary break was all that he could offer her. Moving towards her injured ankle, James gently began unlacing the shoe. As James slowly pulled off the shoe, Maya made a few groaning noises from the action. It just showed that her ankle was still not healed. But the moment the shoe was removed, Maya's face revealed a smile. No longer having the shoe constrain the ankle probably feels nice, James thought. With only the sock left to be removed, he hoped for the best. The ankle didn't look excessively swollen, but that didn't mean that other issues couldn't have popped up due to Maya having walked on it for hours. Contrasted by Maya's white leg, it was easy to see the slight swelling as the blood concentrated on that area in an attempt to fix itself. But compared to the initial swelling, it was significantly improved. Removing his pack, James quickly took out the small pouch filled with the ointment. Using his fingers to scoop out the substance, it was soon applied to Maya's ankle. James then began gently massaging the ankle to help the blood flow and let the substance get absorbed into the skin. Maya began moaning in pleasure while she was half asleep. Seeing that she was enjoying the experience made James feel relieved. With the help of the medicine, they'd be able to continue on their journey. In addition to having her walk on the ankle, there was also the issue of them not being able to sleep for any significant amount of time. After finishing the ointment application onto Maya's ankle, James closed the pouch and returned it to the pack. James then went to a different pouch that stored supplies for them to easily access. "I can't believe that we used to not keep the supplies organized in a way we could quickly get to them," James shook his head. Roused from a rest, Maya rarely giggled. "Remember how we used to have each of the supplies put in a single pack? One of us would have all the food supplies. Then, there'd be the medical supplies and other items. The fact that nothing happened while we did such a thing was a miracle. If only one of the packs were lost, then we'd have moments when the entire group was screwed." James sighed in exasperation. Seeing James go through his pack, Maya asked, "Are you pulling out food already?" She sounded confused. "I thought we were going to hold off on doing that since our supplies are limited." James looked at Maya and grinned. "Instead of food, I figured we could chew on the leaves to help wake ourselves up." Feeling the pouch that contained the leaves, James quickly checked on them to make sure it was the correct leaves. Grabbing one of them, he placed them into his mouth and began chewing on it. The effect was nearly immediate. The fog that started to grow in his mind faded away, and he could feel himself become more alert.